When you were cooking, I was completely mesmerized, not only by your technique and your your skills of moving everything together, but actually combining many different things together, like a big puzzle, like many pieces of a story. And it came to my mind, but I thought that maybe cooking is a type of storytelling on its own. And I was wondering whether you believe that through food and flavors, you can understand better and maybe represent the culture of Istanbul in a way.
Well, that's a nice question, really. It's not easy to represent Istanbul in a way because it has like very deep roots. It's a mix of different cultures and history, and it also reflects, it has a reflection in the cuisine too. Because before, in like Ottoman times, we didn't have any tomatoes back then. It was like in the late 900s, I believe, we had the tomatoes made and we loved it and begin to use it in our cookings. But in Ottomans, they were using lots of spices since Istanbul was also the center of the spices and lots of the dried fruits and nuts. It was very rich to Ottoman. The palace cuisine was very rich. So they were using nuts and lots of meat, lamb. You also see that in their cuisine, actually, what in their eating.
And I think this sarma is a great representation because the leaves would probably come from Cappadocia, maybe preserved in jars and sold directly in Istanbul. The spices would come from India, the rice would come from China, and all of them would meet here and would make something completely different that is unique to Istanbul, but nothing is native to Istanbul. So I
But
think that's very interesting. What is it that you enjoy the most about this city?
well, we have a rich history. I mean, really, it's the geography because we are in the middle of two continents. The Bosphorus makes the difference, the richness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And in every season, it gives a different view. It's a very old city and historical. So it is kind of a blessing to live in the city.
It is. And through experimenting with flavors, you start understanding much more about the past and about the history of a city. Like you now start replicating a lot of Ottoman recipes. What does that make you feel when you recreate this?
It is nice to bring back the rich history, Ottoman history, throughout the cuisine, to taste how they were cooking and making recreating the recipes. The Ottoman cuisine was very influenced by the other countries they have, like Middle East, Europe,
Of course, it was always a
Greece.
center. Yeah.
They got many things from others, and it made the Ottoman cuisine more rich and rich over the time. So it's a nice thing to get from them for us.
Yeah,
to-
definitely. Through food, you can definitely understand a lot about the country, and in this case, about the history of the city and the importance and the spice routes and why is it so rich in flavors.
It makes me excited actually to see the similarities we have with different cultures.
Or the way they use the same ingredients in a different way. Like we talk about trahana in this case.
For example, I ask like the first dish comes to mind from Turkish cuisine. What would you say?
Typically kebab.
Kebab. That's right. We have beautiful kebabs, but it's just only one part of the one like regional dish of us, which is the southeastern part. But we have like 7 other regions with 7 different seasons and producers we have. So the cuisines also affected by those things like
It's extremely diverse.
yeah. We love the kebabs, but so there are other things too. Like, for example, in the Black Sea region, we have lots of fish dishes and vegetables. To the Asian side, we have lots of olive oil dishes, vegetarian dishes that we don't do it, especially because having a vegetarian diet, but we love it to use the olive oils, the fresh vegetables. It's already on our cuisine.
Even in the 1940s, people didn't have so much access to meat daily. So they had a lot of traditional recipes which involved just vegetables and incredibly flavorful ingredients that are accessible to everyone. And these things are, I think, are not well represented in a restaurant when you go to. People say, everything is meat, but it Turkish cuisine is not always.
It begins to change, thankfully, because we realize, all the chefs and restaurants also realize the importance of the regional cuisines. So they bring it to their table. For example, even tarhana, you would say it's like a poor man's soup, but now it's like in the 5 stars restaurants. I see that and I feel
We
very
appreciate
happy
its
about
value.
it. Yeah, that's really
Absolutely.
nice. Yeah, it's not only meat, but lots of other things we have. And our moms, like our elders, were very good of not to wasting any food, but creating many dishes.
How would you suggest to an average person who's coming to Turkey, to Istanbul especially, how would you suggest them to travel in order to have the best experience possible?
Well, I think they should come like feeling to not follow one route, but just to go out like very early in the morning and then not rush to go from place to place, but feel the city.
Yeah, take in the moment.
Yeah, take the moment and watch the people and then walk. Don't use like mostly don't use transportations, like especially in the old city area, you don't have to. You discover more. You don't know what's gonna be in front of you in the other street. You might stop in a like very small shop or bakery and then you get a nicest and crunchy simit rather than having like in the very touristic area. Those are like the little moments you have to look for, I believe. Yeah.